everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to film my top 5 spring palettes. I'm a huge eyeshadow junkie. If you didn't know, it's really hard for me to restrain buying eyeshadow palettes. I just love eyeshadow. I love the colors, I love the finishes, I love trying them out, I love everything about the palettes. So I wanted to bring you my favorite spring palettes that I like to bring out during the spring. So if you want to know what those are, then just keep watching. So I'm not like ranking them really, but to start, I will start with the one that everybody can probably guess. It's the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. First of all, the packaging is just stunning, and I love this shape of a palette. I love how Too Faced designed it in a rectangular shape. I love that. This is what the inside looks like if you haven't seen it already. Yes, it is not very peachy. There is about 3 peach shades, but I just love the overall vibe that it gives. It's very light and springy, minus like that side. But if you look at, the right side, it is very light and springy, and I just love pulling this out during this time of year. This will probably go in a weekly makeup basket coming up, so get excited about that. Next, I wanted to shout out the Element of Surprise palette. Now, packaging just screams spring to me. I mean, there's florals, there's pastel-y colors, and I just love that. But more so, the inside of this palette is going to be really fun to play with because you have a light purple, a pink, some purples right there, those mattes, and it's just really fun to experiment with this palette. Now, what you see in the pans are not necessarily what you get on your eye, but in a good way. These purples come across as very much brighter than dark, so that's really nice for the spring. And yeah, I just really like this palette. I need to put it in a weekly makeup basket soon. I'm thinking maybe next week, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, that would be palette number 2 that I'm really excited to pull out during the springtime. So next up is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette, and I must really like the purple blue packaging because we have a theme going on. I'm not really a huge fan of the circle palette, but it's kind of cute for this purpose. This is what the inside looks like. You do get a mirror, and those are the colors. There's some really nice shimmery metallic colors, and you get that one matte shade that's fun to play with. But yeah, I just really love how pastel and like light that one is, and that one, and that one, and you know, it's just fun to play around with this. And the highlighter is really, really pretty too. Oh, maybe I should do this in a weekly makeup basket. They're all gonna come out soon. So I'm really happy with that palette. Love that. Really happy to have that in my collection. The next palette I wanted to mention for my top 5 spring palettes is the Modern Renaissance palette. I am trying to pan this palette. Just pan it, not like finish it off, but this is where I'm at right now. So you can see there's some good panning action going on. It's on my Instagram, and I will link that down below if you're interested in that. But I like the mauve tones, and I like how there's mattes and there's the 2 shimmers there. I like bringing this in with other palettes especially, so those mattes are really nice to have those colors in. And the quality is just so there. And the 5th palette that I wanted to mention is the Galaxy Chic by Benefit. And I'm telling you, this purple blue packaging is like showing up again and again, and I guess that's just like my cup of tea. Whenever I see a palette come out, I'm liking the purple blue packaging. But this just came back in stock on the BH Cosmetics website. You do get a huge mirror, which is nice, and these are the colors. I just think that is so springy, and the fact that they are baked makes them a nice wash of color, which is nice. So it's not like so dark, you know, but the rest is pretty much light except for these 2. I just love playing with this palette. The formula is really nice. Maybe I should do a little swatch of those 2. Very nice quality. Let me swatch that mint green because I forgot that I had a mint green in here, and that's a color that I keep seeing. Look at that! That I keep seeing in palettes over again this year in the springtime, and I'm always like, man, I don't have a mint green. Turns out I do. So now I'm set. I'm good. I don't have to buy another palette, which is nice. So yeah, I really like this palette, and I gotta pull this out a lot more during the springtime because it's just gorgeous. Now I did want to do a little runners up palette because I'll just show it to you because look, it's like pastel in a palette. Like, come on. This is from the Smashbook Transform and Create palette. It's that book, and this was a palette that was in it. But I think I could definitely use those shades in a very nice way. And I'm dying to swatch this. You're supposed to use these shades, by the way, as toppers to other eyeshadows, to any other eyeshadows. And I just am really curious about what they will look like on their own. So maybe I have to do a look with these because that would be really fun, I think. So I'm swatching the blue and the green. So the green didn't really show up on its own. There's the blue and there's the green. So it would be more of a topper shade, but if I can pull it off as a, you know, shadow on its own, that would be really, really pretty. Or even as like a highlighter, that might work. So I'm excited to like kind of play with this. Maybe I'll put this in a weekly makeup basket too as highlighters. But so anyways, those are my top 5 favorite palettes to pull out during the springtime. What are yours? Let me know in your collection what you have, what you like to pull out during this time of year. It's really fun. You get a whole new color palette per season, so I love that. And I guess that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye everyone.